Bonaduce, life coach. Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
That's me, and it is time for Danny Bonaduce, life coach. You need to call me right now, 1-800-252-1025, or happily taking your emails, lifecoach@KZOK.com. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones, Divorce for Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE. Let us talk to Justin in Linwood. Good morning, Justin.
Morning, sunshine.
Morning. How are you, sweetheart? What's up?
Good. Hey, Danny, I had a question for you.
Yeah.
So I've been married for 4 years, and I have a son who is also 4. And my wife is really reluctant to want to get back into the workforce.
Yeah.
And this day and age, you know, it's pretty tough being a single-income family that, you know, I don't generate the biggest salary out there.
Well, first of all, let me just say this, Justin, so you can know that we're on the same page. I've had 3 wives, and not one of them wanted to jump back into the workforce. Would you if you didn't have to? But your wife, I'm assuming, wants to stay home with the kid. Is that correct?
Right.
I think you should carve this deal. Because she's capable of working. She's not suffering from an extended postpartum. Her body doesn't ache anymore. She's not run down like she was right after giving birth. She could work if she wanted to, right?
Right.
All right, here's the deal I think you should cut. I don't think you should just dismiss her out of hand and say, you know what, go to work. I was just talking to Danny Bonaduce, and I told him we don't make enough money, just one income to live properly. We got to have 2. Don't do that. Here's what I want you to do. When your kid gets into kindergarten, everything changes. It's like a full-time job. She doesn't have to take care of the kid anymore. Nobody has to take care of the kid anymore. The kindergarten teacher needs to take care. So you know what? You're going to love her. You're going to placate her. You're going to hold her. You're going to tell her how much you understand. And you're going to say, luckily, like it's a foregone conclusion, luckily, little Jimmy will be in kindergarten very soon. And then you can get back to work and we can get some of the things that we need. So don't beat her up. Just remind her, her day's about to become really free when this kid starts going to school full time. And I think she'll jump back into the workforce right there. And maybe she'll just get one that goes till noon or till 2, and she'll start off that way. But let her start out nice and easy when the kid gets back into kindergarten. See you, buddy, and I appreciate the call.
800-252-1025. Call that number right now because Danny Bonaduce can help you with anything you're going through. Just make the call. Peggy in Federal Way, you're the next caller.
Hey, Peggy, how are you?
Oh, I could be better.
Well, that's what I'm here for.
I have a boyfriend, and I'm not a quitter, so that's why I'm still with him, and we're going into our 4th year.
Mm-hmm.
But he's an alcoholic, and he refuses to believe he's an alcoholic.
Right. Now,
And
how do you know he's an alcoholic?
He drinks until he blacks out, passes out.
That's really all I need. You know, it's such a quick requirement. He drinks till he blacks out. Okay, he's an alcoholic. No problem there. Also, drugs in the mix?
Yes, he happens to find piles of Coke when he drinks, and he says it's only when he drinks that he has a problem.
You know, interestingly enough, it was only when he drank that the Boston Strangler went out and killed people, and that's a fact. So it's only when I drink thing doesn't work out. You know what? So what is your exact question for me? Because I think I know it, and I think I have a hardcore answer for you.
I'm afraid it's probably what I've been thinking, too.
I'm sure it is. I'm positive it is.
He keeps telling me that
He'll quit tomorrow.
He's not going to do it again.
Right.
And he's in his, 7th or 8th month of not doing it.
Oh, didn't know that part. He's sober 7 or 8 months now?
Right, but he's done this before, 7, 8 months. But my mind keeps going to, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when.
All right, here's what I was going to say, because here's what I get from your phone call. Should I stay with my alcoholic and drug addict boyfriends? And the answer was going to be no. But then I hear, he's got 7 months sober, and I just keep thinking about what's going to come. So my answer is, no, you should break up with this guy. It's a huge pain in your ass and you deserve better. And here's the thing, you're right. If he's not doing anything, he's just sucking it up. I believe he's going to be drinking again very soon. And when he's drinking again, he's going to go get cocaine. But I will tell you this. You said something at the very beginning of this phone call that made up my mind about whether you should stay or whether you should go. And that was, I'm not a quitter. That's no reason to stay with a guy because you don't like to quit, because you once ran a marathon, because you don't like to quit. It's not the same thing. This is the wrong guy. He's going to take you down with him. If you want to put a stipend on it of, you know what, I think I'm going to break up with you. I'm going to move to wherever you move, an apartment back with your parents with a girlfriend. And once you've been sober a year, come get me, which he won't. But you deserve better than this, and you need to split. So there's your answer, Peggy. Kick him to the curb. It seems mean. He's a guy in trouble, but all he's going to do is drag you down with you. I've seen it. I've been it. I've been that guy. You don't deserve to hang on. Move out on this guy and let him sink or swim on his own, but not with you.
If you've got a question for the life coach, the number to call is 800-252-1025. Remember, change your name if you need to. Be anonymous. Call yourself Paul the Butcher if you want to.
Well, that will confuse things.
Nicole in Woodinville, you're on with Danny Bonaduce, life coach.
Hey, Nicole.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Well, I just had another fight with my fiance about our sex life, and he only wants to have sex like once a week, and I feel like that's unhealthy. I feel like it should be more. However, the bigger problem with this is he won't talk about it. He tells me that that's just how he is, and I should just drop it.
All right, so here's the quickest answer that I can give you. I say it's a hormonal issue. How old is he?
He is 43.
Yeah, there's no real problem here, and you're not going to believe this. I have the solution right here in my hand. Well, that sounds really weird. I do not have the solution right here, but I know the solution. You've heard me, they sponsor Sarah's Filthy Forecast, the Innovative Men's Clinic. They're all over the place. They deal in everything that's safe and above board. They're MDs, they're real doctors. But for me, they deal with testosterone. And I'm telling you right now, I will bet the house that if he had a half a cc of testosterone twice a week, your lovemaking situation would be totally different, and he'd be burning fat at twice the rates, because that's what it does. It kind of lowers you back down into a younger and healthier. So you're having sex once a week, which isn't enough for your boyfriend. It's okay with me, by the way, at 43. I think it's fine once a week, big deal. But if you want it more and he wants it more, there is nothing wrong with getting a little hormone therapy. And since somebody sponsors it here on the show, I will tip you off right now. Innovative Men's Clinic, and it's at innovativemen.com. Is that right?
That is correct.
Yeah, do that. It's the answers to all sorts of woes.
Well, I mean, shouldn't you, if like the sex has dropped off, then maybe there's a problem, but maybe they've only...
Once a week. He's 43. What do you want from this guy? Twice a week would be okay, but there's no major malfunction there. You know?
Doesn't it always drop off after a while?
There's a shot in the butt that you can't even feel on Mondays that is going to change your whole life.
We've got an email here from Christine in Mercer Island. And if you would like to send an email to the life coach, it is lifecoach@KZOK.com. And you can still call 800-252-1025. Christine writes, my parents give me lousy gifts. I know this makes me sound spoiled, but it's true. Recently, for my birthday, all they got me was a restaurant gift card. It seems like they put little thought into the gifts. When I give them gifts, I'm thoughtful, and I give them what I think are great gifts. I don't make much money. I'm just out of college, but they're very well off. Do I dare bring up my frustration with them?
No, you don't dare. It's a gift. I didn't make up this sentence, don't look a gift horse in the mouth. That's all I give you, because now I give them for $100. You're getting a real meal or something off my card. And here's why I'm not giving it's your parents, right? Mm-hmm. Here's why I'm not going to hassle your parents a lot. They're busy. They're your parents. They're affluent. They know 27 people from one office. They know 27 people from another office. And they know 25 guys down from the golf course or whatever it is. They got a bunch of other kids. They're sending you a gift card, which is what they can do. But they're really, really busy being the successful people that raised you. I would say nothing about it. Just say thank you. And just remember, you know what? You have the time to think about them, and you think your present is more special. It's not. They've got no time to do anything. And they're still sending you a nice gift card. I think you should just say thanks and know in your heart they're telling you how much they love you. Dun, dun, dun.
800-252-1025. Make the call now if you've got a problem and need the help of Danny Bonaduce, life coach, because he's been through it all and he can help you figure it out. The email is always available to you, lifecoach@KZOK.com. Stephen Puyallup has sent an email asking for help from the life coach.
All right, Steve.
What advice would you have for a 40-something, high-functioning alcoholic? I've been in training for over 30 years now. I earn a comfortable 6 figures. I'm respected at work. I have a happy family, and I'm able to take care of my family members if they need it. Everyone is comfortable and thriving. 12 beers, half a fifth of hard liquor, a big hit of medical marijuana, and a little Percocet. That's my regular day's meal. And
Dude, that is such a buzz, man. And by the way, not that out of the ordinary, not that special. This guy doesn't get a big spotlight for doing it. I know 1,000 guys that do this.
Well, strangely enough, my health is good, so I don't get it. What would you suggest to me, life coach? Do I need to change?
Well, there's one piece of evidence that says that you do, and that is that you wrote me. And that tells me one thing. You think you need to change, or you wouldn't call up a guy and list your drugs and alcohol that are fairly extraordinary, man. At no time in there did you say when you operate a car or other heavy machinery. That's trouble. So here's the questions that I'd like you to answer for yourself. Have you ever had a problem in your relationship because of alcohol? It sounds like kind of no. You certainly didn't list that. Have you ever had a problem at work because of your drugs or alcohol? Have you ever had a DWI because of drugs or specifically alcohol with that? There's 100 other things, and I'm betting you don't pass all of them. So what you should do is see if you can get by without them. See, the fact that you're in training is awesome. I want you to raise your training and reduce your drugs and alcohol intake. Maybe you're that one guy in 1 million or in 10 million that can drink, and not at these levels. That's just unexcusable. You just can't do that to yourself, man. But step up your training a little bit. Drink more water, lower everything down. But I think when you're thinking a little more clearly, you're going to see that this is a bit of a serious problem in your life, and that's when you're going to go with me. And I'd love that if some of the people that write or call me, we could all go to a meeting together. That'd be cool. And I'd be happy to go with you. But when you try and step it down a little and raise the exercise up, which is what they're at rehab, that's what they would tell you to do. If you find out that you can't really reduce it a sufficient amount, then you need to reduce it 100%. Then you need to see a doctor. Then you need to go to meetings. Maybe you need some other medication. But either way, it's coming up. You're going to have to quit this lifestyle. It's going to kill you.
Let's put you on now with Tom in Mukilteo. Tom, you're on with the life coach.
Hey, Tom, what's up?
Hey, I've been with this woman for almost 30 years now.
Yeah.
And she's my wife. She's the mother of my 3 beautiful kids, and I love her to death. Recently she went back to work. She's been home for a long time, and she went back to work, and she got into drinking, and it's quite a bit. From a couple of glasses of wine just start a night, and now sometime a bottle and a half at times. And
can you just so I have an easy thing to judge from, can you tell me what you think was a safe thing to say? Hey, Danny, she drinks blank every single night.
She does.
No, but what's fill in the blank for me, bro? What does she drink? Does she drink 1 bottle of wine every single night? What does she drink every night?
She drinks wine every night, a bottle.
A bottle? Okay, that's a thing, man. It's super easy to do, but it's a thing.
And but the drinking isn't problem. The attitude come with it is a lot of problems.
Okay, I see. I feel you. That's awful. So she gets a little alcohol in her system, and then she becomes a different human being, right?
Absolutely.
And what is your question for me then?
The question is, I get so frustrated because she bring it in when I have a youngest one, which is going to be 14 next week here, and I don't want to see his mother like that.
No, you don't want to see his mother like that, and there's very few things you can do. You can't take control of a grown-up person. You can't cut off her credit cards or lose the car key so she can't get to the liquor store. This woman's got responsibilities. So what you're going to have to do, my first recommendation, you want to talk to her. Have you talked to her about her drinking?
I talked to her many times.
Okay.
And,
have you had her friends and her parents talk to her?
No, her parent no longer exists, no, I don't agree with her friends. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, that's cool. If you don't want to bring somebody in on that, it's fine. It's fine. It was a recommendation, not a hard and fast call. Here's what you need to do. In this one, I think you need to take a hard look at whether you agree with me or not. You need to get in some therapy. Somebody, and she won't trust him right away. That's a fact. But eventually, she probably will. If he's a decent or she's a decent therapist, your wife will come around and start believing them. Your wife needs to hear from somebody besides you that she needs to quit drinking. That's the best thing for her marriage and the best thing for her kid. So the first thing, because like I said, you can't hide the key. She's a grown woman that she needs. And hey, by the way, she doesn't ever drive drunk, does she?
Long ago, she did, and she did get caught, and we spent $10,000 to get out of it. And
that's such proof. You need to hold that right in her face. I'm surprised that the court didn't appoint somebody as a therapist on somebody before you just spent 10 grand. You need to get into therapy and tell somebody that she trusts. Tell her she's drinking way too much for her marriage, for her job, and for her kids. So that's my answer for you, buddy. Get into therapy. Thank you, Tom.
We've got time for one more call on Danny Bonaduce, life coach. It's Daniel calling from Kent.
Hi, Daniel. How are you?
Danny, just kind of tore up this morning. We've got a 14-year-old child.
Yep.
He was out of my life for many years, and his mom sent him back here about 4 months ago.
Well, that tells me, you know what that tells me, Daniel? Tells me this kid's kind of a huge pain in the ass. How am I doing?
Well, I'm doing what I can to put the family back together. Kid's been gone for a long time. He was skipping, smoking weed. Came out here, now it's the pathological liar, smoking weed, skipping, and, just driving everybody berserk. I'm holding it together pretty good. Over the weekend, he and I were talking about what do we need to do to fix you? What do we need to do to fix the family? He says, Dad, I want to go to inpatient so I can get off the weed. And I said, okay, let's see what we can do. So here it is Monday morning, and I'm waiting for the courts to open up so I can go down here and get some family services or whatever like that.
Right. Very smart.
What am I going to include for myself, as far as dealing with this kid?
What does that mean? What are you going to include?
As far as therapy, as far as, some kind of somebody that I can talk to help me to be there and be the best dad that I can for this kid.
Believe me, there's no way that they're going to want to give therapy to a 14-year-old child without one or both parents in the room. Not necessarily all the time, because then they feel, like they're the enemy or something like that, but they're always going to want to count the father or the mother in the room, because what they're going to say is, so you're going to make this pact with me, Junior, that you're not going to smoke pot ever again, or you don't get to play Nintendo. Sure thing, Doc, I swear. But if you don't know about that, how can you hold them to it? So they're going to want you in therapy, and there is your answer. And if you've got a kid who wants inpatient, here's the problem. He doesn't know what it is. Be very careful, because there's a very good chance he'll walk, and we don't want that. So what we do want is a family therapist that'll see both of you separately and at the same time. And that, I believe 100% that's your answer, because, Daniel, you seem so ready to go. You seem like such a good dad. Get into therapy with this kid, and I think things are going to be all right. Hey, thank you very much for the call. That is all the time we have for Danny Bonaduce, Life Coach, today. Life Coach brought to you by Goldberg Jones Divorce Men. Call 1-800-DIVORCE.